Colorism is the hate of dark skin. Within South Asia, it derives from both anti-blackness and the caste system.
Let's talk about colorism in the Indian community. If you don't know, colorism is the idea that lighter or fair skin is more beautiful than dark skin.
Indian people need to get the fuck over colorism. So today, right, I had an aloe vera mask on and a family member was like to me, oh, she's only doing it to get light. Excuse me?
There's a clear demarcation between the other sex workers. They're all sort of pale-faced and dark and grey and brown, if you've noticed, except for her.
Today, we're really getting into a topic that's maybe more widespread than people think. Colorism.
Yeah.
We've looked at quite a bit of material, including a really insightful video from Dr. Kira Banks to help us unpack its global impact.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is to get a handle on what colorism actually is, how far does it reach, where does it come from? But crucially, we want to look at how it affects people, like in real, tangible ways. And maybe most importantly, what we can do about it, especially thinking about kids.
Right. So let's start with the basics. What are we actually talking about? Colorism, at its core, it's this practice, right, where people with lighter skin get advantages and those with darker skin face disadvantages. It's not always obvious, kind of a subtle hierarchy sometimes.
Exactly.
Colorism will never not be funny to me because it's literally the baby of racism, and Black people really uphold this colorism mindset, knowing that it is damaging to the community.
When the British and the Mughals came over, Mughals are people from the Middle East, right? Obviously they were fair and British people were white. So it was like, if you're fair-skinned, you're deemed as more powerful or more beautiful here. I even went to pick up a scrub, right? And it was like D-tan. The lady was giving me a D-tan scrub. I was just like, baby, no. I don't want a detan. Just give me something that will exfoliate my skin.
And what's really striking is, yes, it's a huge issue within the Black community, but it's genuinely global.
Okay.
It's not just one place or one group. The source material points to places like Korea, India, the Caribbean, Brazil. I mean, it's a worldwide thing.
Wow. So it's not just a theoretical idea then. It actually influences like core parts of life.
Oh, definitely. Think about your self-concept, who you find attractive, who you hang out with. How you judge people when you first meet them, even things like getting ahead in life, upward mobility. It seeps into almost everything.
And that leads to, well, real consequences, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Real life consequences. You look at the data, and there's often a connection between skin tone and, say, income levels.
Right.
Not just getting a job, but what kind of job, how much you earn. There are even links shown with marriage rates and, really disturbingly, differences in criminal sentencing.
Sentencing, wow.
Yeah, it's quite sobering. These are tangible impacts on people's actual lives and freedom.
And the personal toll, the impact on just how people feel about themselves, their well-being, it must be huge.
It really is.
Disowning and disgracing against your darker brothers and sisters and upholding a system and a mindset that attacks and suppresses your community is insane to me. Like, just think about it. You're shaming the purest form of Blackness to uphold something that is not yours, that is oppressing you every single day.
And you see people going to pretty extreme lengths because of these societal pressures. Think about skin bleaching. It's apparently a $10 billion industry.
$10 billion. That's incredible.
Yeah. And you see public figures, maybe like Sammy Sosa or Azealia Banks, whose changes in appearance have, sparked conversations about this very thing. And it's not just skin. It's hair straightening, maybe even plastic surgery, trying to narrow a nose. All driven by this sort of internalized feeling of not being right.
So where does this all come from, historically speaking?
Well, the roots are pretty deeply tangled with white supremacy, this idea, this system, really, that established white as superior.
Right.
And created this whole hierarchy based on how close you were to whiteness, granting power and privilege accordingly.
And that idea didn't just stay put, did it? The sources talk about colonialism sort of exporting it.
Exactly. Colonialism was basically the vehicle. It took these hierarchies, these beliefs, and imposed them all over the world, which, laid the groundwork for colorism to really take hold globally.
That leads to a really challenging thought from the source material.
Yeah.
That some people think if, maybe overt racism declines someday, colorism could just step into that space.
I just want to be able to represent for the little black girls, because I remember, like, I always looked up to Naomi.
Yes, you looked up to Naomi.
Yeah, and then for me, I get so many, like, DMs from little girls saying that how much they believe in themselves and how much they say that I inspire them. Because I remember when I was younger, I hated how dark I was.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I felt like people, I was bullied about it.
Yeah.
And now
So beautiful.
I've learned to really accept myself, and I just hope I'm inspiring little
You
girls.
are inspiring. Oh, absolutely. Not hope, baby.
Right. It's a provocative idea,
Leaving darker-skinned people still at the bottom.
potentially. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? And it really underlines why tackling colorism now, alongside racism, is so critical. It's not a secondary issue.
Okay, so if it's this deeply ingrained, how do we even start to address it?
Right.
Especially thinking about children. They just absorb everything, don't they? Ideas about beauty, who's attractive, from TV, movies, music.
Everywhere.
So as adults, we have to consciously, interrupt that process. Otherwise, it just keeps going.
We absolutely have to interrupt it. We need to be intentional. And that means watching our own behavior, what we say, what we let slide.
Like what kind of things?
Well, think about those seemingly small comments, like, oh, she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Or warnings like, don't stay out in the sun too long, you'll get too dark.
Yeah.
Or even jokes, he's so dark. Laughing it off, or just letting those comments hang in the air without challenging them. That perpetuates it too. Silence can be harmful here.
So what can we do? Like concrete things, especially with little kids?
Okay, so for younger children, it's a lot about affirmation and representation. Making sure their books, the posters on the wall, show a wide variety of skin tones.
Right.
And really making a point to affirm darker skin tones.
Yeah.
We need to actively look for moments to say out loud, wow, look how beautiful that brown skin is, or your brown skin is so beautiful.
Because that affirmation often just doesn't happen.
Exactly. It often goes unsaid. And the key is starting early and doing it often.
Colorism is the hate of dark skin. Within South Asia, it derives from both anti-blackness and the caste system. Anti-blackness is something that has affected the whole world in every single community. Colorism has stemmed from anti-blackness. Being a Tamil woman, a dark-skinned South Asian woman, I didn't see any representation that represented that part of me. Just seeing also just black women embrace themselves and love themselves in a way that I've never seen anyone from my communities do, that actually embrace their dark skin. I felt like that was really inspiring.
It's just so funny to me how clueless and stupid some people are. Like, why are you upholding a mindset of your oppressor? You like being oppressed?
Want to be able to, show myself as a proud dark-skinned Tamil woman and make someone else feel the same way that black women and black women's representation made me feel. Once you unlearn colonial ideologies of beauty and whiteness, you start to see the beauty in all types of people and body sizes and skin tones.
That shows a really ingrained perception, doesn't it? Dark skin equals aggression.
Right. Or look at Gabrielle Union's story. She talked to her sons and realized their idea of beauty was pretty much exclusively light-skinned girls.
So what did she do?
She intentionally started showing them examples of gorgeous brown and dark brown-skinned girls, pointing them out. But look, that's just one conversation, right? This is long-term work. It means acknowledging this pattern of colorism has been around for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And maybe just asking your kids directly, what do you think about your skin tone?
It reminds me of that story about the gospel singer Erica Campbell. Her daughter was called Darky at school.
I know that this issue is not exclusive to India, and it's also prevalent in other Black, Hispanic, and South Asian communities, but I'm going to speak towards my experience as a Tamil dark-skinned girl. I say dark-skinned in quotes because I know there's a lot of women who are darker than me, but my entire life, I feel like I've been considered dark because my sister and my dad are just so fair. And in India, having a fair-skinned daughter was like winning the lottery. I remember all my relatives would always comment on how beautiful and light my sister was.
I'm gorgeous. I love my skin and I love my complexion. There is nothing no one can say to me that's gonna make me feel like even when I was 6, 7, 8 years old and I'll be hearing these things from other aunties, like rub this on your skin or rub the towel harder on your face to get light and all this. No, I'm not doing that. And so many other girls must have heard, don't go out in the sun, you're gonna get dark. Do this, do that. Like, what the fuck is that? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk and let me know your thoughts.
Ultimately, we have to actively raise equity. Be intentional. Be on purpose about pushing back against these ideas.
So kids don't grow up internalizing it all.
Right. So they don't grow up playing these sort of team dark skin, team light skin games that you sometimes see.
This has been really eye-opening, just seeing how pervasive colorism really is, rooted in history, in white supremacy, colonialism, but with such real present-day impacts. It really feels like being proactive and intentional is, well, essential.
Absolutely essential. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Given how deep this runs and how it might even persist if racism changes form.
Yeah.
What's one small specific step you could take this week? Just one thing. To intentionally disrupt a colorist idea, maybe in something you say or something you see in the media. Just something to chew on.
And remember, your skin tone, no matter how light or how dark, does not take away from your beauty. Bye!
So a couple months ago, I was out with a friend. Actually, more so like an acquaintance. We weren't really that close. And a waiter came over to our table and put a drink down. And he was like, the gentleman over there just bought you a drink. And my friend instantly thought that the drink was for her. And you guessed it, it was a light-skinned woman. So the waiter corrected her and told her that the drink was for me. And when I tell you, for the next few weeks, that girl was just hitting me with backhanded compliments for like she would just like swipe up on my story with like backhanded shit, or like anytime like our group of friends would really hang out, like she would just hit me with so many backhanded compliments. And it's just crazy to me how people get so caught up in desirability politics. And once they get around somebody who kind of alters that reality, they get so jealous.
To people who don't go to PWIs, but don't you find it strange that you will see a group of like white friends, right? Cool, they friends. But you will see that one black person, like she's the only one. You don't see nobody, like if she's the only colored person and everybody else is just white. It's nothing against the white people. I think it's the black person individually. Tell me why I'm talking to my boyfriend yesterday, and he was basically telling me how his friends said that this one black girl who always hanging around these group of girls don't like us. She don't like black people, but you black as fuck with that fried ass hair of yours that you have. But anyways, not even to be mean or whatever, it's just y'all is so weird and colorist. Not even that, it's even worse when we go out to the fries. They're in every white bitch face. These people don't even want you. They don't even like you. And y'all in everybody's face, like, and it's honestly secondhand embarrassment because it's like, that is not who we are. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, I made a video months back. You would think that this school, because they don't have as much colored people, like, we will come together as one and become friends. No, they hate us, bro. They always giving us the looks like, bitch, you one of us. Like, what the fuck? And it's so crazy because the influence is so real. Like, these people really get to their head. They start dressing like them. They have no personality of their own self because they trying to be somebody else. You're not even them.
In my time of being a beautiful, dark-skinned woman who is confident as hell, I've noticed that when I'm around light-skinned women or white women who like the fact that they benefit from colorism or racism, they get really, really jealous when they see that I alter that reality. And even though dark-skinned women are viewed as the most undesirable in every single community, my pretty privilege literally works everywhere, including Miami. And this is coming from a girl with no ass or titties. Every room that I walk into, and this is seriously no exaggeration, people go up to me and tell me that I'm beautiful and ask me if I'm a model, and they all stare. And because I'm a woman who shakes the room and alters the reality of our colorist society, I make a lot of people uncomfortable. And because I am a dark-skinned woman, so many people are expecting me to be insecure. And because I'm so confident, it makes them even more mad. And this isn't all light-skinned women or white women, because I have been around white women and light-skinned women who are sure of themselves and do not feel intimidated by my presence. But there are ones out there who get so uncomfortable with the fact that I'm literally amazingly beautiful.
me and my group of friends can walk in the frats and get the most weirdest looks. Bitch, oh man, the school, bro. The influence it have on people. They forget where they fucking come from. Bitch, I would never forget where I come from. Born in New York City, from Senegal and Guinea, not even ashamed of it. I'm proud to be motherfucking black.
Colorism remains a deeply entrenched issue that affects individuals and communities across the world. Rooted in centuries-old preferences for lighter skin tones, colorism impacts access to social, economic, and professional opportunities, often perpetuating harmful stereotypes and divisions within and between racial and ethnic groups. This prejudice not only undermines self-esteem and mental health, but also reinforces structures of privilege and inequality. Despite increased awareness and calls for change, colorism persists in media, workplaces, education, and even within families. Its effects stretch far beyond appearance, shaping one's sense of belonging and value in society. Challenging colorism requires honest conversations, more inclusive representation across platforms, and educational efforts to dismantle the myths that lighter skin equates to higher worth. Ultimately, confronting colorism is about affirming the beauty, dignity, and humanity of all skin tones. By challenging personal biases, advocating for equity, and celebrating diverse beauty standards, we pave the way toward a fairer and more compassionate world. The journey is ongoing, but acknowledging the problem is the first step toward real progress and healing.